In the last video, we added a helper method so that we can more easily read collections of documents from Firestore. And this is a good time to show you something interesting. As you can see, these two helper methods that we have created are very specific to Firestore. In fact, they both get access to this instance variable called firestore.instance. On the other hand, the rest of this class doesn't really know or care about any Firestore implementation details, and it can just call these two methods internally. And since we have this distinction, I think it would be a good idea to move the helper methods into a new class. So what I'm going to do is to create a new Dart file, and I'm going to call this FirestoreService, like this. And here I can create a class called FirestoreService, and then I'm going to go back to this class and I'm going to cut this code and I'm going to paste it over here. And in order for this code to compile, here I need to import meta, and I also need to import Cloud Firestore, like this. And then I'm going to make these methods public, so I'm going to remove the underscore, like this. Then I can head back to the database class, and here I have a couple of errors because I'm calling methods that are no longer in this class. So in order to fix this, then over here I can add a final underscore service equals FirestoreService, like this, and I can import FirestoreService. And here I can fix these calls by saying underscore service dot set data and underscore service dot collection stream, like this. And as you can see, as a result of this change, then we no longer need to import Cloud Firestore because all the Firestore implementation details are now defined inside the FirestoreService class. Okay, so before we move on, there is one last thing that I want to do. And that is that I want my FirestoreService class to only be accessible by a singleton object. And the main reason for that is that I may create multiple classes that need to communicate with FirestoreService, but I don't want multiple instances of FirestoreService. So in order to achieve this, I'm going to create a private constructor. So I'm going to type in FirestoreService and then dot underscore and then bracket, and then here I can type static final instance equals FirestoreService dot underscore and then brackets. So what I'm doing here is adding a private constructor to this class so that objects of type FirestoreService can't be created outside this file. And then I'm declaring a singleton as a static final object of type FirestoreService. And now that I made this change, I can head back to Firestore database. And as you can see, I can't create an object of type FirestoreService directly, but I need to type FirestoreService.instance instead. And once again, the reason I've done this is to ensure that only one object of type FirestoreService is created. In summary, in this video we have moved all the Firestore specific code to a separate class, and as a result, we don't need to worry about any implementation details in our Firestore database class. In fact, it is now easy to add new methods to write data, and this is mostly a case of copy-pasting this method and adjusting the data type and the API path as needed. And similarly, if we want to read data from a different API path, we can copy-paste this method and adjust the type being returned and change the API path over here. And if needed, we can define new data types and add the from map and to map methods like we have done for the job class. So what we have here is a scalable solution that allows us to expand our Firestore database class with little effort. Okay, so let's continue on the next video.